My name is Julia, and today I'm going to be talking about how the coronavirus pandemic has affected college students and faculties around America. Many young adults are experiencing major changes coming from four-year universities to being stuck in their hometowns. However, students are not the only ones suffering. Faculties and colleges are unsure of what the future holds for them post-COVID-19. Many questions have come up regarding the future steps in getting college students back into campus rather than remote learning. However, funding comes from students being enrolled, and many are not prepared to go back into in-class school life yet. I'm going to be looking at what the future holds for students and educators after COVID-19 pandemic. Students' futures at four-year universities and community colleges depend on three factors. First, financial, second, procedural, and third, social factors. Many of the funding for universities comes from foreign exchange students because they are paying the full tuition amounts, and many kids get financial aid in the States. In the past 2-month period, over 36 million Americans have claimed unemployment, and many of these families are families that are doing their best to support their children's dreams of further education. According to Patricia Cohen and Tiffany Sue, college tuition is already absurdly expensive, but now with a lack of income and many unemployed, the fear of what the future will hold, enrollment rates at schools are plummeting. And also, more students are going to require financial aid, which is going to put colleges in a worse situation. Many transfer students from Asia are going to be lost due to travel restrictions, therefore losing a large majority of the population at colleges in America. After coronavirus, will students come back? By journalists from New York Times, Hardicalis. Some institutions are projecting $100 million losses for the spring, and many are now bracing for an even bigger impact in the fall. It's unknown what's going to come from this pandemic financially and economically. However, safety precautions are also going to drastically change. Universities are hoping to transfer from their remote formats back to in-class sessions very soon because of the significant losses that remote classes take. Many universities refunded room and board fees but are keeping the outrageous tuition fees. Why pay $50,000 a year when you're getting an online education from home on a computer? Greta Anderson is a journalist who covered students who are suing universities for lack of reimbursement due to COVID-19. They claim that the value of an education online is incomparable to that in class, and therefore tuition should be compensated, which I agree with. Also, many universities have decided to finish the academic year by using pass and fail grades. This grading system puts those students who have hard efforts towards a degree less valuable. And it'll be an interesting outcome to the cases because many colleges claim their effort to transition to online format has succeeded and provided the same academic rigor but failed to do so. It seems unethical for students to have to pay outrageous prices for an education that did not meet their original expectations, and partial reimbursement should be provided for all students, but it's unknown what the future holds for students and faculty. Although financial problems are the leading reason why less students are planning on attending colleges in the fall, due to an impending economic disaster, many worry for their health and safety as well. With campuses closed, universities are taking this time to deep cleanse all the contamination possibly from the coronavirus. And they're unsure of what regulation protocol might come from the government, but most likely classroom sizes will shrink and social distancing will be enforced. Admissions have changed in favor of high school seniors because standardized testing was canceled, and again, pass and fail grades were issued, and it'll be difficult for many students applying in the fall to high league colleges to stand out from the others. The whole pandemic has also opened the controversial idea of making college free. And according to Claire Potter of New York Times, changes are coming, and with desperate times, desperate measures may be taken up. And whether for better or worse, now's the time to make changes while the whole world is shut down. Millions of families have newly faced unemployment due to the virus, making unaffordable college more unaffordable. Money from abroad students and alumni is plummeting, and there are not much universities can do to discourage dropping out, especially since many schools are refusing to lower their outrageous tuition prices for the compromised college experience and education. Because so many changes are happening right now, new changes are sure to come when on-campus class session continues. Many questions arise from this. Will it be free? What type of safety precautions or regulations are going to be installed on the campus? Will students get their well-deserved compensation? There are many lawsuits happening right now that are still yet for us to decide. And it's interesting to rethink how the world of education is going to drastically change, especially for students like myself because of post-coronavirus. So many of us should be concerned about what's going to happen. The motto of this pandemic has been, "We're all in this together," but that requires compensation and leisure for struggling families who only wish to see their children succeed. And this is what the future has to hold for students during the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you for listening.